Hey everyone, welcome back to 5 Day Crypto. My name is Chase. Today we're going to look at the total crypto market cap. We're going to look at all of crypto combined. That's why it's called that. So right now we're at 2.28 trillion. All of crypto. So all thousands of coins combined. Even though Bitcoin, Ethereum, the top 10 make up a vast majority of that. This is everything combined, and this is important to look at on the big key structure. We're going to look at on the weekly time frame, the daily time frame, some indicators with the total crypto market cap. So let's get right to it. This is the daily. We're going to start on the shorter time frames and zoom out to the bigger picture. I'm also going to give some predictions where I think we could peak, I think we could peak, and give you some reasoning behind that and not just arbitrarily throw darts to the dartboard. So let's get on it. The daily. What is this line? We're going to keep it real nice and simple. We don't need 47,000 indicators on the same chart to get some information. This is just the 21-day exponential moving average. Until we break this, we've got our hands tied. We're handcuffed. So we're battling with it right now. The past few days, we're trying to get back above this. And this is what we need to do. Step one, get back above the 21-day EMA for the total crypto market cap, which is currently right where we are, right? So all we have to do is get above it, close above it, and then hold it as support, which we've been unable to do since November drop right here. As you can see, we've tried several times unsuccessfully. So once we do that, then we can be on our way, and then we can zoom out more and see what else we got. So then you zoom out to the weekly, and you guessed it, we're battling the 21 week as well. So since the November, look, we've closed right below it, or right on it, excuse me, not below it. Then we closed again, right above it again. After, look at these wicks. So prices actually came down under here, but the great news is that it closed back above it. Now you might wonder what happens here. Well, yeah, that was our first stutter step, the crack in the ice as you're ice skating. You don't want to see that. You want to get off the ice, and so far we're doing a good job of getting off the ice before it cracks too much further. If we are to close another weekly candle underneath that 21 week EMA, then we could be in more bigly trouble. Okay, but until that happens, if that happens, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. We have 3 days and 9 hours as of recording before we close this. This is a weekly candle. As long as we close above that 2.25 trillion, $2.25 trillion, crisis averted. We made it off the ice. We're not going to fall in the frozen lake and get eaten by polar bears. If we do, we'll make another video and we'll look at some forecasts for the downside. But if we can avoid 2 closing candles on the weekly underneath, 1 is okay, right? 1 is okay. 2, you got some prolonged trouble. So we'll try to avoid that. So far, so good. It's okay. So how about some projections? I'm glad you asked. Let's zoom out. So where could crypto peak at and when? And we're going to cover that right now. So let's zoom way up here and look at where we could possibly be peaking and why I think that. So see Mr. Yellow Circle up there. Why did I pick this? Well, this circle is about 90 days across, okay? So give or take a 90-day window. And we've bottomed about 8 trillion and the top is about 11 trillion roughly, okay? So this is by design, okay? And we're going to get to why. So when could we possibly reach inside this circle? And is this circle cemented right here? No. So this circle will move with our prices as long as we're below this 21-week exponential moving average. Once we start to take off from it, like we did back here, right? Once we close a couple candles and we for sure, when we stop going below it, right? Like we did back in here, May of 2020, right? We never went below it again. Then the circle stops. Okay, so until that happens, I think it's going to take at least this long, which is about right now 180 days or so, which is about 6 months, right? So I would say, why is that? That I think it'll take us at least 6 months to peak once we close permanently above that 21-week EMA. So hopefully that makes sense. So if we remain under here like we did and we continue for weeks underneath the 21-week EMA, then this would move with it. Once we close above it and take off, then I would lock this. So if it takes another 4 weeks, then yes, I would move this circle 4 weeks down the line. Okay. If then once in 4 weeks from now, say we start making our move up, then that I think we will peak somewhere in there. Okay, so hopefully that helps you. And keep this. You can reference this video, star it, and I will keep it. I'm not going to change that. So I think we'll peak within roughly 6 to 9 months after we hold that 21-week EMA as support. Case in point. There you go. So if it takes another month, then we could possibly peak, a month going into Q4, even of 2022. A lot of people think we're going to get this massive rally going into Q1 2022. And, we could get a price increase, but that would likely just be because Bitcoin's closing above the 21-week and maybe it's making its initial move. However, I think we probably still have some work to do ahead of us, and we're probably not just going to blast out of this, right? So hopefully that resonates with you. And then also another key note is that notice what this average is. Say roughly 10 trillion, right? We're at 2.25 trillion now. That's what, between the bottom of this, 4 to 5x market wide. Think about that. So the average coin, the average of all the coins should 4 to 5x. Now Bitcoin will take a majority of that. Ethereum will take a majority of that. Okay. So, and there will be coins that do, obviously much more than that, but a very, very few. Okay. I think on average, most of these coins now will do 4 to 5x on average. You'll have outliers to the top side and the bottom side. There'll be some coins that do a 1x or not even that. There'll be some coins that 5 to 10x. Okay. But the 100x's for this next move, I highly unlikely. Okay. So I would get that out of your head if you're thinking your coin's going to 100x. The 100x's happened back here. Go look at your coins, right? We did a massive move here from the bottom. Okay. For all of crypto, we went up from very bottom to the top, 2,200, almost 2,300%. Okay. So many coins did 10 times that, right? Some coins did 20,000%. Okay. Let's see what this percent move is. So say we move from right here, right? And we go up to right in the middle of the circle. Let's do 10 trillion. Okay. That's 300%. Okay. So at best case, based on previous moves, not just this move, you might have a random coin or two that does 10x that. So that'd be a 3,000%. That would be the most I would see any coin doing that. So let that resonate. Not all coins, okay? Don't say, Chase said all the coins are going to 3,000% move. No, that's maybe one or two out of all the cryptos, okay? And that's ones that probably haven't done it yet. So if your coin's already done a 20,000% move, like some of the big boys, anything in the top 20, highly improbable, okay? This is probably coins that are still relatively low market cap that have a chance to do over 1,000% move, or a 10x, 20x, 30x. That's what those 3,000% moves, 30x, okay? Roughly. So I would think most coins will average, the ones that you've heard of, the blue chips, 3 to 5x, and you're just going to have to live with it. So I know this might not be what you want to hear, but this channel is not about what you want to hear. This is about trying to relay the facts to you so you don't get burned. How did the Moonboy 300K predictions end of year 2021 work out for you? Not so well? Maybe you should start listening to people that, have proof to back up things. So this isn't proof, obviously, but this is a theory based on actual things I'm showing you and not throwing darts at a dartboard or saying just random arbitrary numbers out of thin air and they don't come true and I just push my prediction back. So this is where it's going to be. This circle will stop moving whenever we clear for the last time and get back above it. So just like this. So if we do this week and we never go back below it, then you can stop that circle whenever we did that. And I think within 6 to 9 months after that happens, we will have our peak. And I do still think between 8 to 10, 11 trillion, we will peak. So keep that in the back of your mind for the rest of, could we peak in 2023? Or December of 2022, 12 months from now? Of course. What would that take? Well, prolonged consolidation like this. If we do something like this again, yes, I think the odds are that we have to push this over and not, I hit the wrong one. There you go. Like that. So depending on when we cross that for the final time is when this stops. And hopefully I've nailed that home a little bit. Okay, let's see what else we got. The ADX and DI, this is on the daily. So this will be our first step for a bigger turnaround. If you look back when we get the bullish crosses, you remember in July, right? 6 months ago or so, we had the green cross. Prices recovered quite nicely, right? Okay, so we've been kind of bearish. Bears have kind of been roughing us up a bit, and this is why we had the red cross back in November, and we tried to take back over in December, and unluckily, the bears are still mauling us. So we need the bulls to wake up out of their slumber and start slaughtering some bears, and that could potentially still happen this year, right? So here's 2022. Potentially, you could see it if it continues in this manner. Yeah, we could do it, and they can cross faster. Look at this back in September. Look, in just a handful of days, look how much it closed there. So keep that in mind too. Watch this ADX and DI on the daily. If you need more, zoom out. Look at the bigger picture. Okay, look how 2020 when we had that cross back in April. Look at that of 2020, not April 2021 when we were already way up here, right? So there's on a weekly scale. This is very big, very bigly. So look at where we're at now. We're battling each other on the biggest scale. If you see a cross on the weekly to the upside, that would be your key to get ready. We will likely cross the 21-week EMA. Hopefully we hold it. Your ADX is the orange line. You want this to go up with the green line. You want the bulls to get in charge. And the ADX is like your security, your Secret Service following your bulls and making sure they don't get hurt, like this, right? So here you go. You want your bulls in charge, your Secret Service following suit. This is your power of the move. So look how powerful we got there. That's why we had an excellent 2020 and 2021, the first half. So that's what you want to see, big picture. See what else we got. Another big picture thing is our stochastic RSI. The momentum of all of crypto right now is way down, right? We just bottomed last week, almost completely out of gas. Okay, so we're refueling. When we close this week, this should update. I would love to see us getting closer back to this. When we do, this is ideal right here. This is the move we want, right? We want a cross of the blue back over the red. Something like this, right? The blue goes up like this. The red does something like this. And happily ever after right here. So the soonest that could happen is probably the first, second week of January, in my opinion. So don't think that we're going to do this in the next few hours, okay? So just be ready, be patient, and we'll get there. Watch this on the weekly. The good news is the daily, we have some momentum. Look at our momentum now. We're cranked out on the daily. What we don't want to see is, random lines drawn, but we don't want to see is, a cross downwards immediately here like this, right? And once we cross back into here, it will likely lead to this, but that's kind of par for the course, right? It just kind of ebbs and flows up and down. So, we might see this going into 22, and then, maybe get a bounce going in the first or second week of January, which would likely, increase the odds of this happening as well. And this is the Picasso of the day. So that is, that's what I got for you. So hopefully that helps somebody out there. So if you want more information like this, we have a free Telegram. It's down below. Join there. If I'm not making videos on YouTube, sometimes I'll post extra stuff in there. 100% free. And if you want more help than that, when what I'm personally doing, you want access to me charting your coin, whatever name coin you want. That's what Telegram is for, or Patreon is for. We have a private Telegram, so you get more information in there, more tips and tricks, help for me personally. So check that out if you want. And let's get to our crypto fear and greed index. We're still at 34, which is a little shocking to me. We had some nice price movements yesterday, but still we went down. So the good news is we didn't make a lower low at 25, so we want to watch for that. If we go back to the upside again, we want to clear 45. We don't want to, we made a nice breakout here. We don't want to immediately come back down. So we want to continue making higher highs, higher lows, and all will be good in the long term. Quote of the day: wonder is the feeling of the philosopher and the bad. I'll let you read it. Wonder is the feeling of the philosopher, and philosophy begins in wonder, by Mr. Plato. Amazing. My car of the day is my dream car in high school. Yes, this is going back to the early 2000s. So this was, there was no other car on planet Earth I wanted more than this car. and I never thought I'd get it, right? Because when you're in high school, you got no money. So I never thought I'd get it, but I mean, now I might have to get it just on basic principle. You can get these for relatively inexpensive now. Ferraris still holding their value, but right around the 100K level, 100K, 120K for good condition ones. So it's, you know, still a lot of money, but for a Ferrari and a dream car, I might have to make it happen. All right, that's it. That's it. Ferrari car of the day. I'm starting not to feel great, so this is probably gonna be my only video of the day. Hopefully I'm not getting sick right before Christmas. But yeah, I've got a headache. I feel nauseous. I've tried to put on the best performance, so you didn't see that, but now I'm giving it all away. I'll try to post a couple things in Telegram before I sign off and try to get better. So join us there, or ask me any questions you got. Leave me a comment below. Help the algorithm for YouTube. Spread it out. We're almost 10,000 subscribers, so hopefully we'll get there in the next handful of weeks or so. Leave us a thumbs up if you haven't already. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you real soon.